Welcome to the chapter Print Management. In this lesson, you will learn how to install a printer on your computer. You will learn how to print a document. You will also see how to define a printer as the default printer. And finally, you will discover how to view and handle print jobs. To start, click the Next button. A printer makes it possible to print out any documents stored on your computer. However, to install a printer, you will have to first install appropriate drivers and software. Start by making sure that the printer is plugged into electricity, that it is powered on, and that it is connected to your computer using the cable provided. This is usually a USB cable. To install a printer, you need to go to the computer settings. To do that, right-click the Start button and select Settings. Navigate to Bluetooth and Devices, and then Printers and Scanners. From here, you can add a new printer. Click on Add Device. The Windows system searches for devices that are currently connected to your computer. If your printer is properly connected to your computer and it is turned on, the printer will automatically display. Click again to Add Device. If your printer is a recent model, the Windows system will automatically install the drivers necessary for the correct operation. If you have an older printer, we will explain a bit later how to install the drivers. Your printer is now installed and ready to use. If your printer is too old, the Windows system will not be able to detect and install it automatically. In this case, you must install the drivers manually. Choose Add a local printer or network printer with manual settings, and then Next. Choose the port the printer is attached to, and then select Next. If it's connected via USB, select it from the list. There are also options for parallel, LPT, and serial, COM, ports. You will now see the options for installing the printer driver. If the printer came with a disk that includes the driver, select Have Disk to browse for it. Otherwise, choose Windows Update. Wait while Windows populates a list of options. You'll see a screen with the message Windows is updating the list of printers. This might take a few minutes. Choose the printer's manufacturer from the left column, and then the model from the right column. Select Next. Name the printer, and then select Next. This can be anything you want, since it's just for your reference. Select Print a test page if you want to test the printer. Otherwise, choose Finish to see the printer in your list of devices. Your printer is now installed and ready to use. You saw how a printer can be installed. Now let's see how you can print a document from your computer. When you are working on a document and want to print it, go to the File menu and click on Print. You can also use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl and P. In the Settings options, select your printer from the list. Depending on the application you are using, you will have access to more or less settings. You can, for example, select the number of pages or choose to print everything. You can also choose the number of copies. Once you have made your settings, click on Print. Your document is now sent to the printer to be printed. Several printers can be installed on your computer. It is possible to choose the printer that you want that Windows uses by default. To do this, go to the Settings by right-clicking on the Start menu and select Settings. Click on Bluetooth and Devices, and then on Printers and Scanners. By default, Windows manages the printer itself. You can click on the button to disable this option. You can see that in our example, the last printer is defined as the default printer. To choose the one you want, click on the printer of your choice and choose Set as Default. Click on the left arrow to go back. Your printer is now set as default. From now on, when you want to print a document, Windows will automatically suggest that you print on this printer. Practical exercises. Print a document. To start, open the Word document named Report Shortcut on the desktop. The Word document is opened with the Microsoft Word application. Click on the File menu. In the menu bar on the left, click on Print. Here you have the different print settings proposed by Microsoft Word. You will find the name of the printer on which your document will be printed. For the exercise, you can now start printing by clicking on the Print button. Congratulations! You have completed this exercise. When you print several documents, each document is placed in a print queue in the order they were selected. This is called a print job. You can see the progress of each document as and when they are being printed. Let's see how you can view the print status. When you are working on a document and you start printing, you will find an icon related to printing in the taskbar. By clicking on this icon, you will be able to view the current print jobs. You will find the name of the document you have just printed, the status of this document, and the name of the printer on which it will be printed. You can find the list of print jobs in the computer settings. To do this, right-click on the Start menu and click on Settings. Select Bluetooth and Devices, then Printers and Scanners. Click on the name of the printer, then on Open Print Queue. Here you will find the documents that have been sent to the printer. By right-clicking on a document, you can pause the printing, restart the printing, and even cancel the printing. To cancel a printout, select Cancel and validate by clicking Yes on the pop-up window. Your printout is now cancelled. Knowledge check. Practical exercises. You are working on a PowerPoint presentation and you want to print it for your colleagues. Start by clicking on the File menu. In the menu, select Print. Click in the Copies area to choose the number of copies you wish to print. Type 4 on your keyboard to print 4 copies of this document. The default printer is not connected. Click on the drop-down list to choose another printer. In the list that appears, select the last printer, Sharp MX350. You can now start printing by clicking on the Print button. The printing has been launched. You will find the icon related to printing in the taskbar. Double-click on this icon to open the print job. You will find the document you just printed. Right-click on this document to... In the menu that appears, select Congratulations! you managed to print the document in 4 copies, to choose another printer than the default one, and finally to cancel the printing. End of the chapter. Well done! You have completed the lesson Print Management. In this lesson, you learned how to install a printer on your computer. You also learned how to print a document. You learned how to define a printer as the default printer. And finally, you discovered how to view and handle print jobs.